Hello everyone. Oh, and welcome to Stitching It Easy.
You hear record?
My name is Ashley. Thank you so very much for joining me today, I think. And, thank you. I hope that... I don't know. Everybody just buckle in. Alright. Buckle up, buckaroo. Anyway, this is my hubby Derek, and we've decided that the first 3 minutes of this is probably better than the whole entire video, and that's probably what we really should be recording. But instead, hey y'all, hey, we're starting here. See how it goes. So, tonight, it's the night.
It is.
It is. It's, what, like 10 o'clock or something?
It's
past that? I don't know. Anyway, we went on a...
snack hunt.
Yeah, we went on a snack hunt. We went on a date night snack hunt. And tomorrow is the first craft fair of the year. So, I breathe. Like, just collective, like, cool.
No pressure.
No pressure. Chanel. In-person craft fairs, however, a little different. Alright, so, anyway, yeah. So we're gonna do like the craft fair vlog type thing. So this is a 2-day craft fair, so we're just gonna, I don't know, if y'all want to come along for the fun, come on, you know what I mean? If not, hey, I get it. There's other stuff to watch. It's YouTube, you know, there's a lot going on. So anyway, but yeah, we have, it's same craft fair, but it's Friday night, Saturday morning and day, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
anyway, and then I guess that's the end of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll bring you
It starts and it ends.
Yeah, but anyway, but I was thinking 2 weeks after that is the next craft fair, which where my brain's really going. But anyway, yeah, but it'll just be a craft fair, and it'll start, and then it'll be a craft fair, and then it'll end. It's pretty true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, alright, anyway. Yeah, the night before, the things are in the car. I have told y'all for a hot minute now, like a sizzling hot minute, that I was going to do a craft fair setup. The tables got set up. It may or may not have rained. So,
A lot.
hey.
Or a little.
Who's to say? You know? Yeah, dadgum rained. So I didn't get to set the things up. I'm just hoping it's all gonna work out. The checkout stand is ready.
Mm-hmm.
The wardrobe rack is ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the white shelf because I mentioned this in my last video, but not in this, obviously, anything to do with this craft fair. But we did this craft fair in the fall, and we had what I feel like was one of the best spots in the house. There's like one of two, which would be the two back ones, which is where we, us or our neighbors. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're all the way back and kind of in the corner, and we have oodles of room. So yeah, we're taking the 6 feet of tables, 6 foot long tables, the wardrobe rack, the white shelf, and then the one little white shelf that has more shelves, but we're not taking all those. We're taking the little one. That's what the Pure Romance stuff's kind of set on. I know that. The wearables will be on the wardrobe rack, and then the rest of it, I don't know. I thought about putting the amigurumi on the shelf, and then it's just kind of like kid zone over on the side. I thought about doing that whenever we set everything up there for a little bit, but have like the white tables on the side, and then just have the levels of amigurumi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, you'll figure it out real quick.
I was really wanting to do this before, but anyway, that's alright. But before we go to tomorrow, because here in just a second, it's gotta be tomorrow morning, because magic of YouTube. But I got another succulent finished. One of the Chin and Hicks. There's a was on it. Anyway, the ring light isn't on. We didn't want to blind ourselves. Once again, it's late, you know. Who needs to blink and see little lights all the time right now? It's late. It's about bedtime. So anyway, that succulent. Put that, the don't forget it, because oh my gosh pile. And then I got some more knit hats finished. Completed. The ones that I already had made. I've finished, just like stitched them together. And I have a few amigurumi that I was planning on taking to work on tomorrow. And I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to have those done by the time we leave, because we won't leave until the afternoon. I also got some headbands done, but I don't have those with me. So anyway, I just now realized I don't have those. I put those in the thing.
They'll see them tomorrow.
That's true. But anyway.
They'll see the whole table set up, everything.
That'll be fun. That'll be a really cool time, you guys. Yay. Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, yeah, like I said, I have some other things that I'm probably going to get done. Thanks for not making this a pressure Chanel.
No pressure here.
Get this purple one done, so that way my rainbow is complete. This is the nursery, I don't know. Oh, the Lullaby, that's what it was. Mary Maxim Lullaby in the color Nursery. It's very self.
Oh, aye.
Very self. Camo hat. Camo beanie. Always important. A red one. And this one that's hot pink and navy blue. When you flip it this way, it's pretty daggum cool. Can't see it because I don't have the light on. We just discussed it. But there we go. Anyway, you can see the hot pink through it. It's pretty neat. So, finish those. We'll see what else happens tonight or tomorrow. I'll probably...
You're gonna drop them.
That's fun. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I'm sure I'll come back at some point tomorrow because we don't have to leave super duper early. Saturday we will. Tomorrow we don't. So I have some time to do the things. We start setup at 3. Show starts at 5.
Things.
Do all the things, exactly. But that's the whole deal this time, right? Don't have to do all the things.
That's right. I already did a lot of them.
The things are in the car.
That's right.
He already crocheted all the things and they're already in the car. So I don't have to do all the things.
I didn't crochet nothing.
You already did all the things?
I didn't do all those things.
Oh, okay.
But I did all the other things.
Okay. Did part of the things.
All the same.
Well, it's going to work.
Teamwork.
Alright. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Craft fair number 1. Do you want? You nervous?
No.
No?
No.
Got this?
You do.
You shake a stick at it?
Something like that.
Is that what it is? Like if you don't want to mess with it, you wouldn't shake a stick at it?
I have no idea.
That's a thing. That's a thing, right?
I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
No, I feel like a total goob.
No.
Is that a thing? Shake a stick at it. Yeah, one shakes.
Wave your flag?
Maybe, yeah. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to wave my white flag and tap out. And this is...
Maybe that's shaking a stick.
I think they're 2 separate. Yeah. All right. You know what? Forget it.
Just shake it off. Just shake it off.
White flag.
Shake it off.
Indeed. All right. So, see you tomorrow. Craft fair. Do 1. I like the sign. Okay. Night 1 complete. I have a clip of the table in here and the sign. I meant to take a picture of the sign. Derek and B made my sign and I adore it. I'll take a picture tomorrow, but it's in the video, the little clip. You can see it at the front of the table. Anywho, I'm treating myself currently. Don't do this a lot. I already drank it. Even I'm just like down to the little boba bubbles. But it's a Joyba bubble tea. And it's strawberry lemonade green tea. And there it has like the popping bubbles. I decided to treat myself. Because today was rough. I didn't feel real great this morning, all those things. Per usual, whatever. Wasn't sure about it. Was like, yeah, we're doing it. Went. Did not do well at all. I made 1 cell. Which Derek reminded me that last year was kind of ish the same way last year. Or, you know, at this one last year. The first night was really slow. The second day was great. The first night they charge to get in, and I think it's pretty much like faculty and people that work there, things like that. A second, it's like it's free, and so I don't know if that makes a difference on people coming in. I don't know, but yeah, 1 cell. They weren't really that great. I'm honestly kind of bummed because last year that was another thing too. They didn't want to have like 2 like items or more than 2 like items, and so it was like, you know, myself and one other lady that crocheted, and she was in the front, and which is great. Lots of people crochet, I get it, but there are a bunch of crochet people, crocheters, and reason I'm treating myself. Kind of like we talked about the other day. Y'all were here, those people that like just sell because they want to sell the crochet, which I mean, I totally understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have nothing to do, you know what I mean? Just want to, like, for the fun of it and all those things, you know, and like you get free yarn, have a craft fair, you know what I mean? I absolutely get it. But also, I feel like it kind of, like, honestly, like, it kind of hurts the rest of us crafters who's, you know, because people come around who don't crochet, right? And they look at it like, you know, oh, well, these people have, you know, this thing for as much as the skein of yarn costs, and these people, you know, have it for more than that because it's, you know, they took into time, materials, and also the time that they spent on the item. And it's a lot of work to crochet. I mean, y'all know that. There's a lot that goes into it. And I mean, like I said, I totally understand people wanting to sell things for not, you know, doing it, well, like as a hobby. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, it just, I don't know, like a couple people came around and were just kind of like, you know, like my prices, which I don't think are too wild. Finn bought an $8 cinnamon roll while we were there. That was another just like, perspective is a heck of a thing. If you can buy an amigurumi and take it home for that, it's the same price as a cinnamon roll. I don't think my prices are too high. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. So I don't know how I'm gonna fare at this fair. Like I said, Finn went with us this time. This is his first time to kind of really get to go and kick it because he had to work last year. Squirrely Dan didn't go, which we all said a couple times, like you had the right idea, just hanging out and whatever. But anyway, so like I said, yeah, Finn went with us this time, obviously B and Derek, and we've decided that I think we're gonna do the whole like go big or go home from here on out, like the ones that are in kind of bigger-ish towns a little bit further away from us and stuff like that, and maybe have more of a shot, and maybe people aren't so like, oh my gosh, you know, it's how much, you know, and you're like, much as the price of yarn plus $5. Basically. And they're like, oh wow, geez, no. This other person has it for half that. And you're like, yeah, I know, they made like 24 cents on their item. It's not even counting their time. Just in yarn, they made like 24 cents. It's crazy. And like I said, I mean, I understand, you know, that whatever. I understand people get yarn for free, or people, like I said, just want to do it for fun. I understand that completely. But if there's like a bunch of us there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I even had one lady that was a crocheter, like one of the other crocheter ladies, that came up and kind of looked at my stuff and was just like, oh wow. I'm like, yeah. Like, I mean, I've sold them all for that much before. It's not a big deal. But when there's someone right here that's selling it for not that at all, then yeah, it's kind of hard to sell it for that. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just kind of flustered. So I had a joyba. Trying to get a little joy in my life. I'm down to the bubble part. Anyway, so yeah, that's what had happened. B took her artwork this time, which is really amazing. So the clip in there where there's like the really cool paintings and the stickers. This is my baby. So, mom brag. Maybe she took those. Finn didn't take his stuff this time. He's not sure if he's going to. He might tomorrow. He's not sure. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna go. So this one's not insanely long because I want to keep talking, but I keep forgetting this is part of a whole other vlog that's 2 days long, and it's going to be a whole thing. Like I said, but yeah, I kept wanting to film when we were there, but I don't know. I didn't. It was just kind of a lot. So maybe I'll film some more tomorrow. And I had my other like kind of thing that was just like, like I had someone come up and just like straight up take a picture of my stuff and then just like walk off. I was just like, you know what I mean? Just for real. Like, I don't know. I think that's really rude too. I'm just going to say it with this video. It's very rude. Be like, even if you do crochet, like come up and talk to me. I'll probably tell you where the pattern's from or how it's made or what yarn. I mean, I love to talk yarn. I think we know this. You know what I mean? There's a whole channel about it. So, I mean, I like to talk yarn. But yeah, don't just like walk up and snap a picture of things that come from my brain. It's rude. Sure, you can make it, but are you gonna? You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'm gonna even put a sign up, and I don't really care if it makes me look rude or not. It's like, please, no photographs, please. Like, I found it, figured it out. You can do the same, or ask me, and I'll tell you. I'll definitely tell you, especially if you crochet. I'm like, oh heck yeah, that's Hubble the Squid. You know, you go here on Ravelry and it's Bernat yarn. Oh yeah, actually the colors are ocean shades. No issue, no problem. I'll tell you, no problem. Where I get the eyes, I'll probably send you a link. Much like YouTube, you know what I mean? But don't just take a picture and walk off. Anyway, just craft your etiquette. Alright, cool. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm exhausted. I'm all rambling and weird. I make that habit this out because I'm just kind of saying things that are how I feel, but also, I don't know, probably shouldn't, like, you know, let it all out there, I guess. So anyway, so hopefully tomorrow will be better. Like I said, last year, the Saturday was better, which makes sense because it's free and there's more people. It's a whole day instead of, it was just 2 hours tonight. That's not really that long, so I think that'll make a difference. But like I said, there are a lot of crocheters, so I don't know. We'll see. Made one sell, so I don't know. We'll see. All right. See you in a little bit. Or in the morning. Probably in the morning. Like booty crack of dawn. See you there. All right. Morning of the fair, day 2. It's not even that early. I can be dramatic and say it's early. It's not. I just honestly think I did too much. I got wiped out last night, and here we are now. Anyway, Derek let me sleep a little bit longer. He made me coffee this morning, so brownie points to Derek for that for sure. So sweet. I jump in the shower real quick and then get on the road. It's not very far away. Show starts at 9 today, so we need to be there before, but obviously everything's set up, so that's awesome. So I got to sleep in a little bit because of that. Like I said, it's not all early. I was tired yesterday, and then we went last night, so yeah. So I came home, as I told Derek, I was like, I just feel like I weigh 1,000 pounds. My legs are made of lead. It just melted into the bed. It was just like, but anyway, we're gonna do the dang thing. So he told me today, he's like, we're gonna kick butt, be even more successful. Jen left me the sweetest comment ever yesterday on my post. I was just like, yes. So ready to rock it today. It's gonna be a different day. So we got this craft fair day 2. Alright, we're here at the craft fair. I'm just gonna sit over here by Derek so it looks like we're just talking and chatting. He's looking at coins. So be cool, playing cool, everybody be cool. So we're an hour-ish in. We've made booth rent back twice now, so that's good. It's better than it was yesterday, for sure.
Yep.
So, see how it goes. Hopefully, it just keeps picking up. It's pretty dead right now, but I feel like last year at this one, it was kind of like noon to 3 was kind of the pop-in time, so we'll see. The kids just went to go see, they're making native tacos. They went to go see if they're done. So, I hate calling them Indian tacos, it's stone cold.
Yeah.
They're not from India. I hate to tell the whole room. Nothing to do with India.
Indigenous tacos.
Indigenous tacos, I'm down for that. Native tacos. Indian tacos. Can't relate. So, I don't understand that. But anyway. So yeah, so we're just hanging out. Like I said, there are a bunch of crocheters here and just messing with my prices. Told y'all about that one already though, so hopefully stuff will pick up. There's lots
It'll
of
be alright.
lots of $2 items.
If they can recognize quality, then they'll know what to buy.
They're too sweet. I did have one girl that came up and looked at my booth, went for like a good 30 minutes, walked around and came back here and purchased something. So I felt like that made me feel a little bit better about it. And Squirrely Dan, or not Squirrely Dan, Finn walked around and looked and said that ours is the best, but he could be a little partial. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see how it goes. So, all right, talk to y'all in a minute. Alrighty. It is officially Sunday, so the day after the craft fair. I didn't come on and finish this last night for a couple of reasons. I'll talk about that in a minute, mostly just because, but anywho, we'll get to that. Okay, so how did it go, right? I saw a little clip of Derek and I talking. We made booth rent, doubled that. And that was about it. So, I mean, it was okay. But from what I heard, I don't know that it, because I was talking about how it was, you know, a lot to do with having so many crocheters, which I feel like was absolutely part of the deal. So I like it whenever it's just like kind of no more than 2 like items. At one point I was just like, well, why would they do that? I understand now, because it's like you're competing against your own craft. People I don't even know, you know, it's just like I don't want to be in competition with anybody. I just want to sell my things. And so I think that was a lot to do with it. Also, there was hardly any foot traffic. One lady I know just made her booth rent the last maybe hour of the show, like Saturday afternoon, way into it, was like, I finally made booth rent. So it was like, okay, dang. She had really, really cute stuff for, I mean, so that's the deal, I guess, right? That's what Derek was like, you know, that's the gamble, I guess. He's like, you know, once again, we're figuring things out as we go. Last year we did really well, which last time we did these, it was fall. And so, you know, not very long, and the holidays were approaching and things like that. And, you know, that's what a couple of us talked about this time. It's like, you know, yeah, but Easter's coming up, or, you know, and that's what I said. I was like, surely, you know, someone's having a birthday. You know, every day it's someone's birthday. So happy birthday if it's your birthday. But it's like every day it's someone's birthday, you know? So, but anyway, we're just kind of giggling about that, you know? But it makes a whole lot more sense, really, that the fall ones would be like the big deal. So, yeah. So we made booth rent plus whatever. You know, you learn a few things at each craft fair, so that was good. Like I said, because of the other, you know, nothing against the other booths. Once again, nothing against whatever. If you sell it for what you get your, you know, yarn for, if you get your yarn for free and just do it for fun, I understand. But I, like I said, would have people come up to the table and like, oh my god, you know, this for that, you know, and it was just like, and it made me feel bad. And we got in the car on the way home, and I was looking up like pricing things. I started like rethinking everything and started looking up pricing items and all that. And Derek's just like, Ashley, he's like, have you sold those things for those prices, you know? And I'm like, yeah, like a few times, you know. He's like, okay then, you know, like, there you go. Like, if you, you know, made it and never sold one for that, then yeah. But he's like, you know, he sold it for that, then absolutely. And like that, I made my succulents and took my succulents and everything. I sold one succulent at the same price that I've had them for the whole entire time. Wasn't a question, wanting to do it. One lady was just like, oh my goodness. But same thing. It's like, if you're looking at other booths that have things for like $2 and $3, and then you come to one that's like, you know, what, I mean, and like I said, and for what is in them and all those things, you know, we all kind of discussed that. It's like you take your materials, your, you know, times 3. Some people do it that way. I do some materials hourly rate. I don't ever even remotely make the hourly rate that I'm like, I'm going for this. It's not even close to that. I pretty much get materials and a couple bucks off of a thing, you know, a few dollars maybe off of an item. Yeah. And I mean, you know, it is what it is, you know. I mean, I would say like a couple bucks, because I mean, I'll say like maybe it just depends on what size the thing is, obviously. But the way everything's went up, you know, especially like with amigurumi, I mean, like the bigger amigurumi take almost a full bag of stuffing. And so it's just like, you know, with all those things included, you know, it adds up. And so I get, I don't know, you know, a few dollars for what I'm making, really. But in the scheme of things, you know, they're not that out of the realm. I don't know. I just think that it was really just low foot traffic for sure. Because yeah, I mean, we sat there like last time. I remember the like hopping time was like noon to 2, and so I kept telling everyone that was, you know, like Derek and Finn and B, I kept telling them, I was like, you know, just like noon to 2, that was like the happening time. Because last year Squirrely Dan and I were there on Saturday. Like everyone came in the morning, and then they all went, like part of them went home, and Squirrely Dan and I just kicked it. And he helped me out. This year he was like, I don't even want to go. I was like, fair enough, you're grown. So he stayed home. So anywho, so yeah, it was like that noon to 2 window. And that was dead. I mean, I don't even know how else to say. It was just like, okay, I kept just telling him, I'm like, I'm sorry. And Finn especially, I'm like, I'm sorry that this was your first one. This is like, what the heck? But it's all right. Because like the other 2 ladies that I knew, kept saying, you know, like, I heard this was so good, you know, in the fall. And I'm like, it was. Like, I can vouch for it. It was really good in the fall. And then they did one at the place where we're going in 2 weeks. We don't have one for 2 more weeks, which I think is good. I was kind of bummed that I had a week in the middle there for a little while. About 2 o'clock yesterday, I was questioning my whole entire life plan. Like, why did I decide craft fairs were a thing? Like, why are we here? why is this a deal? So I think it's good that I have 2 weeks, you know what I mean? But 2 ladies I know are saying how well they did at the one that we're going to in 2 weeks, which same thing, I did really well at the other one. So I mean, it's hit or miss every time. Once again, that was Derek's like whole thing. He's like, that's the gamble you take. He's like, you're rolling the dice. It is what it is, so yeah. So anyway, did make booth rent though. Could have been worse. Could have been in the hole that way. So yeah, I did double that. So I mean, one of my highlights, I like to say like my highlights and the really cute things that happened there, I had a green and black bee, like a medium-sized bee, and he had black wings, green eyes. No, he had white wings, green eyes. Anyway, I had a girl come up the first day, like Friday, and anyways, she came up and saw him, and she was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. She was like, I love him. She's like, I need him. She's like, I shall name him Green Bean. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. Like, I love that. Anyway, so yeah, she's like, Green Bean. She's like, that is his name. And I'm like, that's the perfect name. And so she was like there with a bunch of her friends or whatever, and it was super cute. And anyways, and she was talking about how cute it was. Well, the next day, Saturday, she came back like first thing in the morning. Like, we were there maybe 15 minutes. And she came up and she was like, okay, like, it's this much, right? And I was like, yes, it is. And anyways, she's like, all right. And anyways, and she just like takes off. And so I'm like, hey, like, will you go over there and grab that real quick? And so they went over and, like, Finn, I think it was, went over and grabbed it. And I'm like, I'm setting that back for her because that was so cute. I was like, the whole fact that, like, it just reminded me of something that B would do, like my B, like Miss B, because she'll like see something like, oh, I'm gonna name it this, and like won't even own it, won't even whatever it yet. And it's like, it's gonna be this, that's its name. And I'm like, yes, like just the creativity that comes out of whatever. And so I'm like, all right. So I mentioned last time, Derek's usually the one that like gives deals and gives things and whatever, and I'm usually like, what the heck? So anyway, so she's like, okay, great. So like I said, Finn gets the thing. I set the little bee over. I'm like, she named it. And they're like, yeah, I know. Like, that was really cool. And Green Bean. Like, I don't know. It was really, really cute. Anyway, so I set it back. I tell Derek, I'm like, she comes back. Like, first off, like, if it, I set it on the cash register. So it was like, it's kind of cute, whatever. Or like the checkout stand. And it's like, because I knew that she was there helping and working, so it's like I knew she was there. So I'm like, I'm setting it back. Also, I'm not going to charge her. I'm going to take money off or whatever, because that was just so cute that she was like, and it's like she needed it, and so anyway, so I already had that plan. So she comes back maybe an hour before the show's over, like to see if it's there, and walks up and is like, oh, like I wasn't at the table. And like walks up, sees that it's not there. It's just like, dang it. And Derek's like, she set it back for you. And anyways, and she's like, what? And anyways, and he's like, yeah. And he's like, and now it's, such and such. She took, money off of it or whatever. And she's like, oh my gosh, okay. And she had her little brother with her. Little brother, I did not know that they were together. The little brother came by like a few times, like a lot. He kept coming over there and looking at stuff. We're just like, oh, like looking at all the things, and I could tell he was trying to make his mind up, but he couldn't, and he'd walk off. And he'd come back, and a couple times I was like, decisions are hard, aren't they? And he's like, yeah. Like looking through stuff. I'm like, yeah, and anyway, we like have little conversations because he was so cute. He was 7 or 8. He was little. And anyway, so whenever the girl comes back, she brought her brother with her. And so she's like, okay, she's like, thank you so much for, putting him back, putting, Green Bean, thank you for putting it back. And because that's what I told her. I was like, it was adorable that you named it, and I could tell that you really, really liked it. And so, and anyway, she's like, okay, she's like, do you have anything for this much? Because that's what Derek and I were talking. It's like, you could tell that she had like worked her booty off to get the money for the bee. Like, you could tell that that was like her whole game plan. Like, it's how much? All right, cool. Like, I'll be back. And like tried to, you know, whatever. And she's like, do you have anything for this much? She's like, because her brother was wanting something. And I was like, I'll tell you what. I was like, which thing do you, which one are you liking? Which one are you thinking, And he's like looking around or whatever. And he's like, I really like this one. And he picked up one of the like smaller bees, but it's like a Bernat blanket, just a regular, it was like this big, just a regular yellow and black bee. And he's like, I really like this one. I was like, take it. And anyways, she's like, no, she's like, here, I'm like, no, like, I'm not. She's like, I can go get this. She's like, I can go get the rest of whatever, blah, blah, I can get more money. And I'm like, no, like, I don't, please no. And anyway, they were both just like, oh my goodness, thank you. So we pack up all those things, put everything, like, I go tell the lady, thank you, the lady that put on the craft fair, did all the work. I'm there to tell her thank you. And on my way back, I saw those two kids, and they walked by, and they're like, hi, oh my gosh, hi. And anyway, and I'm like, they told me thank you again. And anyway, and I was like, I hope you all, enjoy it. But it was just like that smile on their face was just like, okay, yeah. It was just so sweet. But yeah, so that was my highlight for sure. That was so cute that, it was so cute. And Miss B took her artwork, and she got compliments on her artwork, which was really awesome. That was really, really cool. I think the next one, I think she's going to take a few more things, and then I think Finn's going to take some stuff. He was discussing last night some different things that he thinks he could, like, get together and really, because he was kind of, he's like the observer. He just kind of sits back and is like, all right, like, this is what I could do. This is what we need to do differently. And so, anyway, we've discussed some things. And so he has some ideas of stuff that he wants to make and do, which is amazing. So I think it's really cool. So yeah, so I didn't do that well as a craft fair wise, just whatever. But I mean, they're all an experience. They're all a learning experience. I for sure got my lessons in. I learned things for sure. I mean, it is what it is. I had, this is okay. Part of the reason I didn't make this last night, I felt rough, which is also the reason I'm rocking my pajamas. Just gonna say that 15 minutes into this part, still in my pajama. It's still morning time, but still, I don't know that I'm gonna change out of these. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Anyway, it's maybe a pajama day, Anyway, like last night after the craft fair, I came home and laid under the heated blanket for a while and just kind of like relaxed for a second. And then we went to a really, really, really special party. Really a party. I mean, it was a party. It was like I don't know how to explain it. It was a very, very, very special time. It was one of my friends' like birthdays. Also, we had a kind of amazingly cool little memorial service to go along with it, for her husband that passed recently. It didn't have, anything to do with her. It was like they just kind of coincided and went together, and it was just like it made it like a celebration more than anything, and it was really cool. The way they did everything, the way they did the like memorial part of it all was absolutely beautiful. Like I don't even know how to explain it. So I was telling Derek, I was like, that was art. That was beauty. That was like that's what it should be. Like that's what, like it, I don't even know how to go about it. I mean, it like seriously was just like a celebration of life, and it just made it all make so much sense. Like just the whole thing, like just where you would be sad, where you would be, all of these things, it's all just like It's all okay. It's beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Anyway, so, alright, so yeah, so last night we went to our friends for a little bit, and I had hacky sacks still. I didn't sell any hacky sacks, and whenever we went, Derek got his hacky sack out, because he's just been like carrying it around, the one that I made. And anyway, he's just been carrying it around, and so he got it out and like said something, and everyone was like, "Is that a hacky sack?" I was just like, "Oh wow." And so anyway, so I sold hacky sacks last night, and so that was pretty cool. So yeah. So that was really cool. So did that. Everyone kept saying how, you know, whatever they were, they know where I am, so they can get more hacky sacks, or if they know anybody, I guess. But so I need to make more hacky sacks. Except I don't know if anyone will be into it, but we'll see. At the craft fair, no one really was, but last night everyone was very excited about them, so that was something. Anywho, so yeah, it was what it was. So I wanted to do more vlogging, but I'll be honest, I was just kind of bummed. Like, I kind of let it get to me, which was kind of I shouldn't have, I get that, but I just kind of let it, honestly, just kind of get to me. That was just like, you know, like, because okay, Derry, okay, there was one person that was selling pool noodles, like, you know, that you beat each other with in the pool, because I don't know what other purpose, you know, they're for floating, but you can't float on it. Let's all be honest, that's what a pool noodle is. It's for whopping folk. Anyway, but yeah, or for really cool crafts. Let's also be honest with that one. You can make really neat things out of a pool noodle, but as far as like just pool whatever, you need like 8 of them to float. Otherwise, they're just really good for swords. Or you can put it in the water and then blow water at your friends, and that's a really fun time too. Otherwise, you know, a pool noodle. Okay, so there was one lady that had pool noodles, and she had turned them into like stick horses. They were unicorns, but it was basically a stick horse, which is cool. They were really, really cute. I'm just trying to breathe. Without, I feel like I'm about to just like snap right now. She was selling them for $1 a piece. Altogether now, how much does a pool noodle cost? Yes, $1.25. $1.25 store. Yes. So, so not only, I mean, she was straight losing, I mean, just all of it. I mean, that's what Finn was even like, it was more, he's like, I felt like it was a garage sale. And I was like, you nailed it. It was like swap meet garage sale vibe more than craft fair vibe. And it was, I don't know. I mean, like, then I came out of there just like, my prices are wrong. Everything's wrong. Like, all of it's like, what, like, questioning everything. And Derek's like, have you sold those for that much before? I was like, yeah, like, you know, a few times at every fair at one point. Couldn't even keep them on the table. You know, they were gone in like 2 minutes. Had people coming back like, oh no, you sold that thing. He's like, okay then. I'd say, there's your answer. Your prices are just fine. It's just this one thing. So anyway, but yeah, it was wild. I don't know what the heck. Like, it was a whole new group of people. I didn't see anyone, or no, the people that were next to us were there last time. And there was one other, like I said, crochet lady. She was there last time. And other than that, I didn't, well, on one lady that quilted in the back. Other than that, I didn't recognize anybody from last time. So it was like all new people, and it was pretty wild. I don't know. So like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of foot traffic, but that there was just whatever. And I had people like hold things up and like, oh my gosh, you know, blah 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 for this, like, and I'm like, that's so rude. Like I said, one lady like just walked up and took a picture and walked off. But the same thing that someone was like, oh my gosh, such and such for this. I had people come up and like, that is unbelievable. How do you know? People that I know came up and like, you know, how do you do that? How, you know, like, that's all you're charging type of a thing. And for my hacky sacks last night, I had someone pay, I had them for like whatever, I mean, I had them marked for something, and had someone pay even more than that, and I tried to give them change, and they're like, heck no, like, you worked on this, you made this, like, no. And so little things like that made me feel so much better about it. I was like, you didn't know I needed that, but I needed that, thank you. Just like reassuring, kind of like Derek with the whole, you sold it for that before, so just, it's okay, it's okay. So yeah, so recap, it was a flop, but also we had to just kind of kick it and have mostly family time. Like I said, Squirrely Dan didn't go. Don't blame him. We all thought that about 11 o'clock yesterday. It was like, once again, he had the right idea. So yeah, a couple days in a row there, we're like, yeah, okay. But it's all right. Like I said, we learned, you do things. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Like I said, we have another one in 2 weeks. After that, we'll just see from there how it goes. The kids decided that they think like go big or go home is the way to do it, and do like the big, nice, fun 3-day events or whatever, and do it that way as opposed to just little like hometown things. I think they might be right. So we'll see. So, all right. That's it, because I'm just going to keep rambling. So, we've met. All right, this one's already probably pretty long. So, all right, it's just a bunch of clips. I don't know how long it is, so I'm sorry if it's long. Hope you all had something to drink. Okay. So, I thank you all so very, very much for watching, for listening to me just kind of bellyache a lot through this one, so I'm sorry about that. So yeah. So, I hope you all have a wonderfully, wonderfully blessed day. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you all very soon.